Howdy, y'all. It's Reese, aka Bearman Prime, on this September 1st. Happy September, and welcome back to my Read the Bible in a Year series. Thanks again for joining me. God bless you all. Grab the top right hand corner for the rest of the playlist, and please hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell if you're enjoying the series and want to stay caught up. Thanks. All right, so Jesus has entered Jerusalem. He's made his grand entrance into Jerusalem like a king. And he is now preaching and proclaiming the good news, the gospel of the kingdom of heaven. But of course, he is getting some pushback. There are people resisting him, especially among the elite, the religious leaders. They don't believe him. But you think that deters him? Nope, not at all. So let's continue on. Let's see what he does today. Let's go to Mark chapter 11 and pick it up in verse 20, where Jesus is going to tell us about the power of faith. The next morning, Jesus was walking with his followers. They saw the fig tree that he spoke to the day before. The tree was dry and dead, even the roots. Peter remembered the tree and said to Jesus, "Teacher, look! Yesterday you told that fig tree to die. Now it is dry and dead." Jesus answered, "Have faith in God. The truth is, you can say to this mountain, 'Go, mountain, fall into the sea.' And if you have no doubts in your mind and believe that what you say will happen, then God will do it for you. So I tell you to ask for what you want in prayer. And if you believe that you have received those things, then they will be yours. When you are praying and you remember that you are angry with another person about something, forgive that person. Forgive them so that your Father in heaven will also forgive your sins." Verse 27. Jesus and his followers went again to Jerusalem. Jesus was walking in the temple area. The leading priests, the teachers of the law, and the older Jewish leaders came to him. They said, "Tell us, what authority do you have to do these things? Who gave you this authority?" Jesus answered, "I will ask you a question. You answer my question. Then I will tell you whose authority I use to do these things. Tell me, when John baptized people, did his authority come from God, or was it only from other people? Answer me." These Jewish leaders talked about Jesus' question. They said to each other, "If we answer John's baptism was from God, then he will say, 'Then why didn't you believe John?' But we can't say that John's baptism was from someone else." These leaders were afraid of the people because the people believed that John was a prophet. So the leaders answered Jesus, "We don't know the answer." Jesus said, "Then I will not tell you who gave me the authority to do these things." All right, so first off, we skipped a part here that's referenced to here in the beginning part of starting in verse 20 through 26, and that is the part of the fig tree. So while he's outside of Jerusalem and leaving Bethany, there's a fig tree, okay? And Jesus spots it, and he's hungry, okay? He still has hunger. Yes, he's man and God, but he still gets hungry. So he saw a fig tree with some leaves. So he goes over to the fig tree to get some figs to eat, but it has none. There's no fruit on the tree. And so he basically tells the tree, "Wither and die," right? Just straight up, basically. People will never eat fruit from you again. So then the next day they come back, and the fig tree that he spoke to has indeed died. And Peter's, amazed by this, that you told this tree to die, and it died. And Jesus uses this as an opportunity to teach them about faith, about belief. Okay, if you believe in God, if you believe that God can do anything for you, if you have that much faith in God, then whatever you ask Him for, He will give to you. Okay. Now that doesn't mean we should be going around asking God for, whatever our hearts desire, whether it's $1 million or a new car or a bigger house or anything like that. I mean, He gives us what we need, is really what it comes down to. He provides what we need. And so when we ask Him these things in prayer, if we believe that He can do these things and He believe that He will provide, then He will provide. And it will be given to us in prayer or in faith. And then after that, we see another confrontation between Jesus and the Jewish leaders. And they ask him what authority he has to do the things that he's doing, the miracles he's done, the things he's saying, all these things. And of course, we know that his authority comes from God the Father, him being God the Son as well, that's his authority. But Jesus, he doesn't want to tell them straight up. He wants them to try to, get their own more or less. So he uses the question that he gives them to try to, see where their hearts are. And he asked them, John the Baptist, by what authority did he baptize people? Did it come from God or was it from other people? And so the Jewish leaders, they have no they're trying to find, the more legalistic way through. They're trying to worm their way out of it. But well, if we say it was from God, then he'll say, why didn't we believe him? Okay, which is true. We can't say it came from the other people, because they revered John as a prophet, okay, which he basically was. So they just kind of took the middle road there, the not option, and said, we don't know. So then Jesus doesn't reveal where his authority comes from, fortunately. They could have known if they answered. If they had answered in faith, they could have known, but they didn't want to because they wanted to be right more than they wanted to be humble. Okay. All right, that's all for today. We'll pick it up there tomorrow. Thank you again for joining me. I sure do appreciate it. I'll see y'all tomorrow.